Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the final video on the Valiant EQ that is going to be all about your science champions. Now just quickly going over to the setup, you're going to have 15 fights in the Crucible style where you have to change your attacker after every fight. But the difference here is you can bring the same champion again with different rarity. So what I mean by that, if I'm using a 7-star Overseer right now, I can bring a 6-star Overseer later. That wasn't allowed in the Crucible, but like really fun, really good rewards. So if you are Valiant and you have this available, and if you don't have too many champs, that's okay. You can still get through these fights quite relatively easily. There are going to be some annoying fights that are going to be there. Don't worry, I'll talk about them. The reason I say that you can use all of your lower ranked champions is because of the nodes. The nodes give you extra furies that increase your damage. For every fury, your damage is increased by 35%. So essentially, in every fight, you can increase your damage by 350% in total, and that helps you bring down the defenders quite fast. So let's move on to the second fight that is going to be against Kushala. And the nodes are going to be short temper, so each cross charge grants 30% extra attack, and after winning a fight you have to change the champion. And there's also going to be sidestep and sidestep strike, so Spider-Verse hero symbiote or sinister sticks. Whenever you will knock down the opponent, you will get evade on you, and once with Furious Feint, if the attacker is science or tactical edge, they will gain 2 cross charges every time you evade the opponent. And there's also escalating assault, so every 6 seconds the defender is going to gain an unblockable kind of a passive buff on them. But if you evade the hit, that buff is removed. It doesn't depend if you make contact with a defender or not. And of course there's bubble shield, so every time you get hit in your block, you're going to gain a charge on you, and after 10 of those charges, the 11th will be unblockable. So having those out of the way is super easy to get through this one. Just bring your size champion, use your parry and heavy. Every time you knock down an opponent, you will notice a evade charge on you, and you just let the opponent dodge into you. The auto evade will trigger and it will give you furies. So here I am using a spider ham, knock down with a heavy, again knock down with a heavy. Just do that in the beginning of the fight 4 to 5 times and you will get your cross charges. For every evade you trigger, you're gonna get 2 charges, and once you're at 10, you're at full kind of damage potential, and you're gonna go attack the opponent with normal heals. Just be careful that when they have an unblockable buff on you, you just evade and you save yourself from it, and then you can go back to your normal hits with parry and heavy. Another thing you need to be careful about is going to be the bubble shield charges that you will get on yourself. So after every 10 charges, the 11th hit that it will dash into you is going to be unblockable. So just be wary about that. So I'm just using heavy attacks here and getting that evade charge. I'm making sure I only allow him to dash into me when he does not have a special attack, so he doesn't throw a special attack to my face. And just like that, I quickly build up those furies, and before we know it, my damage is increased by 350%, and just using that to auto evade the opponent, giving me an opening to attack them, and ending up with some big special attack damage, and before we know it, Wong is just going to die. Now, as for the difficulty in all of this path is going to be some of your defender diversity, and also the fact that you're not fully healed when you change your champion. Your health that was in the last fight is carried over to the new one. So right now I'm at only 61% health, and unless I don't heal up, I'm not going to be back at full health. So you have some champions that have built-in regen on them, so you have to use them very wisely. I try to use them wherever I need them. I go below 50% health. And you can also divide like the 15 fights into 3 each, and you can use a healing champion after every 3 fights. Now when I say healing champions, what I mean, so I mean champions like Count Nefaria. You can use a special one and get heals from that. Also, champions like Scorpion use the SP2 and the regen should help you out, but that does require a regen champion, so just be careful on that one. And then there's also your Joe Fixit, get all the hard drafts, and you should be able to heal with every hit. So there are quite a few champions that can work, and if you're running Willpower, you can also use Immortal Abomination because the poisons on him will trigger the Willpower and also heal you up. So there are a few options that can be used. Another one is going to be Sentry. Sentry with his SP3 also heals up quite a bit, so that is also going to be helpful. So now I'm using a Joe Fixit here for two reasons. One, he's a villain, so Cosmic Ghost Rider will apply that permanent armor break, and I have my Willpower, so that's going to permanently heal me. And also you will notice that I will try to, once I get my 10 charges on me, I will just try to use my light ending combo so I can get 4 draws of hearts. And once I have that, I'm going to heal up very much, and I'll be back in full health in no time. Already I'm back up to 76%, mostly because of the Willpower against a villain. So this is a good fight where you can heal up. I'll mention the fights in the comment section, in the timestamps, which fights you can use Willpower heal on, so that kind of helps you out. So make sure to check out those timestamps and you can plan for those fights. Also, I've already shared with you guys my Excel, what I used, so you can also check that out and you can bring similar champions. But all in all, this is number 6 EQ is quest number 6 of the Valiant EQ is probably the easiest one because you gain the Fury super fast, and if you're using a high ranking champion, you finish off the defenders very quick. Next up, there is a Spiderman Stark enhanced. So all I'm trying to do here is to use my heavy attacks, let him dash into me, and with the evade charger triggering every time, I'm just going to gain all of those furies. And once I have those furies, I'm going to go back to the normal rotation of spot. Notice whenever he has a special one, I am not trying to get evaded. I am just trying to bait out the special attacks, and once the special attack is out, then I can go back to using my heavy attacks. Now all of my heavy attacks are done. Now I'm gonna simply go ahead and hold my block so I can get those spots on me, and once I have 5 of those spots, I will be able to throw my big SP2 to take him out. And with all of those extra furies, that is going to hurt a lot. So there are the 5 spots, and here we are. I've got my untouchable active, and boom, bada boom, boom, he's out. And just like that, before you know it, we are at Black Widow Clairvoyant. Silk is just amazing. First, she is a Spider-Verse champion. Secondly, she has a built-in heavy attack in her kit, so she is the perfect champion for all of this EQ. But sadly, we can only use her only for one fight. So yeah, just simply knocking down the opponent, letting them dash into me, and the auto evade triggers give me an extra fury. And once I have enough, just a big SP2 to take her down super quick. Again, one of the easier parts of the Valiant EQ, with the science champions. So you can bring in any rarity that you like and you can get through this path. Now, one of the annoying fights on this path is going to be a Warlock, because science champions don't typically gain many buffs, and because they don't gain buffs, that transmute virus is going to stay longer and it's going to be annoying to deal with. Now, if you're using Mr. Negative, the best part is that whenever you will knock down the opponent, you will get an evade charge, and the evade would be super helpful for Mr. Sister because he has a special evade, so that all works out, ending up with the stun. Again, making a mistake here, but I learned my lesson super quick. I have my charges ready. There we go. I'm going to throw a big SP2 here that is going to apply those petrifiers and also that degen, and going to help me take out Warlock, pushing him to an SP2 so you can throw that out. And my weight charge is ready. I'm up to 8 furies already, and before I know it, Warlock is down. So make sure you bring in a right champion for him because he can be a little bit annoying. Next up, we have a Cable. Now, Cable has this annoying ability where he can gain regen and he can also gain power gain. So, because you're using science champions, the most available debuff the most available debuff for you would be your Petrify. So bring in a champion that has a Petrify so they can reverse the healing and also control the power. Exhaustion can also work, so also can your Wither work. All of those buffs can work, but the best one, debuffs can work. The best one is going to be your Petrify, because that will control the power and the region. And Cable's SP1 is very annoying to deal with, so try to push him to an SP2, which is hard, I know, with the unblockable, but try that and you should be able to bring him down quite comfortably in the end. Just bring in the right champion for that. And finally, you cannot complete a Mystic quest without bringing in a Human Torch, especially where Heavy is encouraged. So just use your Heavy attack, you will also get your temperature up, and then also the Evade will help you gain those Furies super quick, and you will start melting all of those Mystic champions. Just make sure to bring Human Torch against a Mystic champion and you should be good. And with those power stings, he's just losing his health, and before we know it, we've taken Dr. Voodoo down. Now here we are on the last path that I'm using, a Count Nefaria against Joe Fixit. The reason I'm doing that is I want to spam my special ones so I can gain a lot of health back, because I'm down to 45% and I'll be at the boss soon. So I just have to play around that. So as soon as I get an SP1, and I'm trying to push him to an SP2 also because it's easier to evade. Otherwise, the unblockable with Joe Fixit with the SP1s, the bleeds are really going to hurt you. So just be careful about that. If he has an SP1, just keep blocking, let him dash into you, and the evade should do the remaining trick. Use your striker if you have ready. Again, go into an SP1, and I'm almost back to full at 75% health, and he's going to throw his SP2 out, and I'm going to slowly throw another SP1, and we went from 45% to 85% health. So it's very important to use your heal champions in the right way or whenever you need them, so you can keep your health topped up. Now another annoying fight is going to be Super Skrull, just because of his miss, so make sure that you keep like a miss counter for this fight. That is going to be super important. In my case, it is a photon, so all I'm trying to do is to parry and heavy, so I can gain those evade charges and then get auto evaded by Super Skrull, and I can gain my all of those 10 Furies. And once they are there, now if I am faulted, I am just going to use a medium attack, because the medium attacks cannot be missed. And if I'm in my pure light form, I am just going to simply use my 5-hit combo, because in pure light form you cannot miss. And just like that, my pure light form is activated, and I'm going in doing all the damage, and before you know it, Super Skrull is gonna just die. I think I'm gonna use my striker here and take him out with a big SP1 at the end. Now next up is going to be an Antman. Now this is another fight where you can heal up with your Willpower. So if you have Willpower activated, you can use that. Generally, Science Champions will apply debuffs on you, so that can help you heal. I brought in a Sentry because with this SP3 you can heal up, but I don't think I needed that. So yeah, it was a bit of a waste. But anyway, I got up to full 100% health before the boss came in, so that was super helpful, so taking out the boss. So the name of the game is simple: use a heavy attack, get that evade charge on you, let the defender attack you and be auto evaded, and whenever you do that, you're going to gain 2 Furies that each is going to increase your damage by 35%, and you can get 10 of those Furies, so you can increase your damage by 350%, and then is the usual fight against the defender. Not really difficult, pretty easy to take out, so I'll see you on the boss fight. For the boss fight, if you parry the opponent, he's going to gain an evade charge. So the best way is to not parry him. Just let him hit in your block and throw a heavy attack, and you can retaliate. I am using an Iron Heart, so once I have those my tracking up, I can safely parry because she removes the offensive ability accuracy of Cyclops. I don't need to worry about the evade. Pretty simple and easy fight. Just keep him to an SP1 and evade that. Is a simple 1 dex back and you should be good. The easier boss of this EQ. So I hope you guys enjoyed this Valiant EQ, all of those videos, and we'll see what's up on the next month. So let me know in the comment section if you need any help, and I'll see you next time. Bye.